Listen closely. Can you hear it? The drums speaking across the valleys of Igbo land. For thousands of years, these rhythms have carried our stories. Stories of a people who call themselves Igbo. We are the people of the rising sun, the children of the forest, the keepers of ancient wisdom. Some say we descended from the sky. Others say we sprouted from the earth like the mighty Iroko tree. But one thing is certain, we have always been here, in this sacred land between the Niger River and the Cross River, where the soil remembers our ancestors' footsteps. I am about to tell you a story, not just any story, but our story, the story of how we became who we are. Sit with me now, as our fathers sat with their fathers and their fathers before them. In the beginning, there was Chukwu, the great God, the supreme being who holds the universe in his hands. Before the white one came with his books, before the kingdoms rose and fell, we knew Chukwu. He is the one who brings the day and takes it away. Our elders say that Chukwu created the world like a master craftsman. First, he made Allah, the earth goddess, our mother who cradles us in life and receives us in death. She is in every grain of sand, every drop of water, every seed that grows. When we pour libation, it is Allah who drinks first. When we swear an oath, it is Allah who witnesses. Then came the first humans. But we were not just any humans, we were special. The old ones tell us that our ancestor Eri descended from the sky. Yes, from the sky itself. He came down with his wife Namaku and landed where the mighty Anambra River meets the earth. But when Eri arrived, everywhere was water. Water, water, as far as the eye could see. So Eri called upon Chukwu, and the great God sent down Auka, the blacksmith of the heavens, with his powerful bellows. Auka blew, and the water began to dry, revealing the rich and fertile land we now call home. This is why we say we are Umu Chukwu, children of God. This is why we hold our heads high. We did not come from nowhere. We came from somewhere sacred. Now Eri had children, and his children had children. One of his sons was called Nri, and oh, what a son he was. Nri became the first divine king, the first Eze Nri. The kingdom of Nri was not like other kingdoms. No, no, no. We did not rule with swords and spears. We ruled with wisdom, with spiritual power, with the force of tradition. The Eze Nri was a holy man, a living ancestor who could speak to both the living and the dead. From Nri came the laws that guided our people. Listen to these ancient rules that still echo in our hearts. Never kill an innocent person. The earth will cry out. Never poison your neighbor. The ancestors will turn their backs on you. Never commit abomination against the land. Allah will swallow you whole. But we were not just spiritual people. We were artists. We were traders. Have you heard of Igbo? In this ancient town, our ancestors were making bronze sculptures when others thought we were primitive. Sculptures so beautiful, so detailed, that when archaeologists found them, they couldn't believe Africans made them. But we did, with our own hands, with our own genius. We traded with peoples far and near. Our merchants traveled the rivers like water spirits, carrying palm oil, ivory, and crafts. We knew the world before the world knew us. But here is something beautiful about our people. We did not worship kings. No single man could say, "I own you all." Never. We practiced what I call the first democracy. Every village had its council. Every voice could be heard in the ama, the village square. We had a saying, "Igbo enweze." Igbo have no kings. What we meant was that among us, every man is a king in his own house. Every woman is a queen in her own right. We respected achievement, not birthright. You want to be somebody? Earn it. Take a title. Show your worth. We had the Ozo title, the Enze title. These were not given because your father was rich. No, you earned them through hard work, good character, and service to the community. And the women, oh, our women were powerful. They had their own councils, their own titles. The Umada, the daughters of the land, could stop wars, settle disputes, and discipline even the strongest man. When women tied their wrapper in a certain way and marched together, even kings trembled. Life in Igbo land was like music. It had a rhythm, it had seasons, it had harmony. When the cock crowed at dawn, fathers would pour libation and greet the ancestors in the kwenu eziokwu. Greetings. Truth is life. The year danced with festivals. The New Yam Festival, Iriji. Oh, what a celebration. When the first yams were ready, we could not eat them until we had thanked Allah, thanked Chukwu, thanked the ancestors. The entire village would gather. Drums would speak. Masquerades would dance. We would eat until our bellies sang. And the masquerades, maung. These were not just men in costumes, no. These were spirits visiting from the land of the ancestors. When a masquerade danced through the village, children would run and hide, women would sing, and men would clear the way. The spirit world and human world would become one. We had masquerades for everything. The Ijele, the king of all masquerades, so massive it took years to build. The Agaba, the maiden spirit, so beautiful that young men would follow her dance for hours.
Our ancestors understood something profound. Life is about balance. We called it Uwa na Uwa, this world and the other world, working together. We believed in individual success, yes, but also in communal harmony. We had a saying, Onye agala waneya, let no one leave their brother behind. You see it in how we worked. When a man wanted to build a house, the whole village came. When a woman gave birth, all the women surrounded her. When someone died, everyone mourned. We were individuals, but we were also one body, breathing together. Even in our markets, our markets, they were not just places to buy and sell. They were universities, they were courts, they were dating centers. Every 4 days or 8 days, depending on the village, the market would come alive. Women would display their wares, men would debate politics, children would learn by watching. And the market days had names: Eke, Orie, Afo, Nkwo. These were not just days, they were spirits, they were rhythms of life itself. Long before the strangers came, we were philosophers. We were scientists. We were asking the big questions. Why does the sun rise? Where do we go when we die? What is the meaning of Chi, that personal God that follows each person from birth? We developed complex systems of knowledge. Our medicine men, the Dibia, knew which leaf could cure fever, which root could ease childbirth, which bark could mend broken bones. This was not magic. This was science, passed down through generations like precious jewels. We understood that every person had their own chi, their personal destiny, their own relationship with the divine. Your chi could be strong or weak, but you could strengthen it through good deeds, through prayer, through living in harmony with Allah. We also understood justice. Our courts sat under big trees, in the open, where everyone could see. No secret trials, no hidden judgments. If you wronged someone, you faced them directly. You paid compensation. You performed cleansing rituals. Justice was not about punishment alone. It was about restoring balance. Then came the time our grandfathers called Mbe Oibo Biara, when the white man came. At first they came as traders. They wanted palm oil for their machines. They brought mirrors, guns, cloth. Some of our people grew rich. New cities grew along the coast, Onitsha, Aba, Port Harcourt. But then came the darkness, the slave trade. Our own brothers sold us. Yes, I must speak this truth, painful as it is. Wars were fought not for land but for captives. Families were torn apart. The strongest of our young men and women were chained and taken across the great water. Millions of our people scattered like seeds in the wind. Today you find Igbo blood in America, in the Caribbean, in Brazil. When you hear the strength in their music, the resilience in their spirits, that is us. That is our chi refusing to die. Those who remained faced a different battle. The missionaries came with their book, telling us our gods were false. Some listened, some resisted. Families divided, brothers fought brothers. By 1914, the British claimed they owned us. They drew lines on maps, created something called Nigeria, and said we were now subjects of a queen we had never seen. But Igbo people do not bow easily. No, we resisted. Remember the Women's War of 1929, what the British called Aba Women's Riots. Ha! Riots! These were our mothers and grandmothers saying no to unfair taxation. They sang, they danced, they used the power of collective womanhood. The British with all their guns were confused. How do you fight singing women? The women won. The British backed down. This is the power of Umunwayi Igbo, Igbo women. But colonialism changed us. They gave us Western education and we grabbed it with both hands. Igbo people became teachers, clerks, traders across all Nigeria. They called us too ambitious, too eager. We said, is it a crime to better yourself? We built churches next to shrines. We wore English suits to traditional meetings. We became what the scholar called citizens of two worlds. But deep inside, we never forgot who we were. Then came 1967. I must tell this story, though it brings tears to my eyes. Nigeria had become independent, but tribalism was tearing it apart. Our people were being killed in the north. Thousands fled home with nothing but the clothes on their backs. We felt unwanted, unsafe in the country we helped build. So we declared our own nation, Biafra, the land of the rising sun. For 3 years we fought. For 3 years we starved. For 3 years the world watched as our children's bellies swelled from hunger. We lost. Over 1 million died. 1 million. But even in defeat, we showed the world something. Igbo people do not break. We bend, but we do not break. After the war, they said we had only 20 pounds each to start life again. 20 pounds. But look at us now. From those ashes, we rose. We rebuilt our cities. We sent our children to school. We started businesses. We refused to be victims. This is Igbo spirit, this thing inside us that says no condition is permanent.
Today, travel anywhere in Nigeria, anywhere in Africa, anywhere in the world, you will find Igbo people building, creating, thriving. We are traders in Dubai and doctors in London. We are engineers in Houston and professors in Beijing. We have not forgotten the merchant spirit of our ancestors who traded along the Niger. We have not forgotten that knowledge is power. But success has come with a price. Some of our children cannot speak Igbo anymore. They do not know the stories I am telling you now. They have degrees from Harvard but cannot name their great-grandfather. Yet, there is hope. A new awakening is happening. Young Igbo people are asking, who are we really? They are learning the language, they are coming home for festivals. They are using technology to preserve what our grandfathers kept in memory. Musicians are mixing hip-hop with ogene. Writers are telling our stories to the world. Filmmakers are showing that Africa is not what they told you it was. We are a people of paradox now. On Sunday, we fill the churches, singing hallelujah. On Monday, we pour libation to our ancestors. We pray to Jesus and respect Allah. We are Christians, yet we know that when the kola nut is broken, we must first honor those who came before. Some call this confusion. I call it wisdom. We have learned to take what strengthens us from every source. The Bible did not erase our proverbs. Western education did not kill our enterprise. We adapt, we adopt, but we remain ourselves. Watch an Igbo wedding today. You will see the white gown and the traditional wrapper. You will hear, "Here comes the bride," and the sound of the ekwe drum. The bride price is now often paid through bank transfer, but the ceremony, the blessing of the elders, the breaking of kola nut, the dancing, remains sacred. This is how we survive. This is how we thrive. We build bridges between worlds. Our elders are leaving us. Every day, a library burns when an old person dies. They carry stories that no book contains, wisdom that no Google can search. But before they go, they are teaching us. In villages across Igbo land, in cities across the world, they gather the young ones and say, "Bia mam," to come. I am telling you who you are. They teach us that being Igbo is not just about blood. It is about values. Igwebuke. Unity is strength. Onya galamwaneya. Leave no one behind. Ezioku bundu. Truth is life. Igbebelu, ugobelu. Let the eagle perch, let the hawk perch. These are not just sayings. They are instructions for life. They are the DNA of our culture. We are now a global people. There are Igbo unions in Tokyo, in Stockholm, in Sao Paulo. Wherever 2 or 3 Igbo people gather, they form a meeting. It's in our blood. In America, our children are breaking records. They win spelling bees. They graduate as valedictorians. They become doctors before they turn 25. The same drive that made our ancestors master traders makes our children master scholars. But we also carry our wounds, the trauma of slavery, of colonialism, of war. It lives in our bones. Sometimes we are too suspicious of each other. Sometimes we compete when we should collaborate. Sometimes we forget that our strength has always been in our unity. Yet healing is happening. Igbo people born in America are coming to the homeland, touching the soil their ancestors were stolen from. Igbo people in Nigeria are connecting with their cousins across the ocean. DNA tests are reuniting families separated for centuries. We are writing a new chapter, a chapter where being Igbo is not a limitation, but a launching pad, where our culture is not a museum piece, but a living, breathing force. What does tomorrow hold for the Igbo people? I see our youth creating technology companies that will change the world. I see our artists telling stories that Hollywood could never imagine. I see our scholars solving problems that have plagued humanity. But more than that, I see us remembering that we are the children of Eri, remembering that we carry the wisdom of Nri, remembering that the same spirit that helped us survive slavery, colonialism, and war can help us thrive in the digital age. The future Igbo child will code computers in the morning and dance to Ogene in the evening. They will speak Python programming language and Igbo language with equal fluency. They will be citizens of the world without forgetting the village that birthed their lineage. This is not a dream. This is already happening. In Aba, young people are manufacturing shoes that compete with Italian brands. In Newi, they are building automobiles. In Onitsha, the market that once traded in palm oil now trades in electronics that reach every corner of Africa. As I near the end of this story, I think of our ancestors. I think of those who never left the homeland and those who were forced to leave it. I think of those who died defending our land and those who died trying to return to it. They are not gone. In Igbo cosmology, the dead do not die. They become ancestors, watching over us, guiding us, sometimes scolding us when we stray from the path. When you see an Igbo person anywhere in the world, working hard, refusing to give up, creating something from nothing, that is our ancestors working through them. That is the eternal flame that cannot be extinguished. We have been enslaved, but we are not slaves. We have been colonized, but we are not colonial subjects. We have been defeated in war, but we are not defeated in spirit. We have been scattered, but we are not lost. We are Igbo. We are the people who believe that no condition is permanent. We are the people who plant yams in the morning and plan universities in the evening. We are the people who know that with God and community, all things are possible. So now, this story I have told you, it is not complete. It cannot be complete because we are still writing it. Every Igbo person alive today is adding a page. Every child born is starting a new chapter. If you are Igbo and you hear this story, remember who you are. You are not an accident. You are not ordinary. You carry in your blood the wisdom of ages, the strength of survivors, the vision of builders. If you are not Igbo and you hear this story, understand us. We are not perfect, but we are proud. We are not better than others, but we will not be made less than we are. We offer the world our gifts, our enterprise, our resilience, our joy in the face of suffering. The drums are still speaking. Can you hear them now? They are saying, Iːɡbo kwenu, kwenu, kwezwenu. From the sacred groves of Nri to the boardrooms of Manhattan, from the markets of Onitsha to the laboratories of London, from the farms of Enugu to the stages of Lagos. We are one people. We are Ndi Igbo. We are the children of the rising sun, and our light will not be dimmed. This is our story. This has always been our story, and by Chukwu's grace, our story continues. Igbo Amaka, Igbo Buike, Igbo Gadi is just another beginning.